Testing. Okay, anyways, I got the wrong screen on, but that doesn't matter because no one's here to see it except for one person. Thank you very much. So today is gonna be a little bit of a mess, and if there's one time we crash, it would be today, because I have two live 2D Cubism editors open. We are dual streaming into Twitch and YouTube. I have a rather huge Pure Ref board open. I have a VLC player open, probably more coming up. I have a Chrome with 40 tabs. Half of them are loading media, including YouTube. And this Firefox open as well. So anyways, today is going to be a bit of a mess. Today's goal is to get as close to this as possible. However, it is not going to look very good from what I understand. And primarily because I think whatever that's driving this test, I'm not sure if they're hooking up to like a camera to try with, like, to do all this. I think it's possible that that's a thing. I think it is possible in Live 2D to have the physics menu tied to a camera, I think. But you're right. As long as we're not using a camera to drive it, I think it's very unlikely it's going to look this good and smooth, because we'll be playing with the parameters by hand. But in any case, I think the goal today is to just be able to sort of do open and close and this shock expression here, and then hook up all the physics, which I'll have to figure out based on the parameters I see here. And I'm gonna look at the movement and try to guess which one is doing what. Right. And then maybe we can get hopefully we can get all the way to the physics at the very end, and then we can also try to have it blink and see what happens. Okay, anyways, so I spent some time trying to set this up as well based off of the tutorial by Rariemon here. The general setup for the transformers is as such. So we have like an overall, we have three overall sort of transformers that holds on to everything. So everything in the eye is part of these three transforms, and one of them is responsible for the head X and Y. So as the face turns left and right, but in this case we don't have a face. So what I would do probably is we're probably just later on we'll probably just maybe shift this a bit over, and then we can try and make sure that, you know, make it look like it has turned and stuff like that. And then maybe try to make it work like that, I think. So you can imagine like the face has turned like this. Right, something like that. We might try something like this. And primarily I want to test, that is for testing the parallax. So I have my own sort of setup, because the tutorial that Rariemon gave did not have that many components in the eye separated out. So he didn't really get into all the parallax and stuff like that. I'm gonna get rid of the reference here because it's kind of pointless. Actually, I should bring up the other reference, which is the one that looks at my browser. Is it this? Give me 1 second here. Live 2D. No. Where is the browser one? This one. What's it called? Is it just this? No, it's not. It's got names on it. I literally do not see it. Oh wait, I do see it now. The name is broken. Damn, the name is broken as heck. But yeah, so I guess I'll have this open at the top just so that it's clearer. I'm gonna have to fix this real quick right now. Transform into transform. So it is crop based off of the right side thing. Yes, so I'm gonna drop this 200 or something. I don't know. 300. Okay, it's kind of jank. I'm just gonna leave it. Right. Bring this up. So this will be our reference, I guess. So whenever I scrub the reference here, at least it's visible. What if I full screen this? It's completely broken. Okay, very cool. But anyways, I'll deal with that as we get there. Anyways, in the meantime, so right, so we have one for the X and Y, and then the brow Y deform, this is from a separate video. This is actually not from a Ravi Everyone's tutorial. He didn't do this, but imagine if you have like an eyebrow on top, and whenever the eyebrow goes up, you kind of want to just deform the eye a little bit, like that, so that it looks like it's following the eyebrow movement. And then we have the base XY transform. So this is for when the eyeball itself is moving. So if, for example, the eye is looking left and right like this, you kind of want to move the frame a little bit into that direction. And you can actually, can we see it in this one? No, we cannot really see in the guide here because they didn't actually turn the head, nor do they move the eyeball so much. They're just opening and closing here. I don't know if they have one that is moving the eyes actually. Let me see if we can find one. This is the one we were looking at, is it? Is this loading into OBS correctly here? Where's my OBS? Okay, it's working, Yeah, so anyways, this here will be our main guide for today, I think, most likely. Because I need to figure out how the closing and opening works. It's got a lot of, oh my god, like this physics stuff is going to take quite a while. Right, anyways, and then this is the shock expression. So this one here is the one that will make the eyeball a little bit smaller. Something like that. And then we have all of the other stuff. All of the other stuff I'll probably add deformers as we get to it. So this deform is meant for parallax. So whenever we turn the eye to the side, these guys would be shifted slightly off-centered. So that we can make it look a little bit more parallaxy. Why is this not centered actually? God damn it, did I move this by accident? Let's move it back. And then these highlights are on separate layers, according to the original tutorial I followed. I'm not 100% sure why there is necessarily a need to do this. But yeah, there is a transformer inside for moving up and down when the eye is closing and opening, which I think we can see here as well. If you see it right now, the main highlight is kind of lower than usual when it's closing, so that would be this one. And then when the eye is looking left and right, this one, larger one, would give it a little bit more left and right movement. But yes, in the meantime, I think we still have to do all the meshing, so I'm just going to continue to do the meshing, which is going to take some time. The good thing is we do have a mesh reference here, so we can be pretty close to the original in this regard. Because depending on how the mesh is done, it could get pretty annoying. But yes, I guess I'll shut up now and then we'll just get to work. Yes, OBS is fine. Let me drag this over a bit. Cool. Anyways, today is mostly just going to be live 2D, so not a lot of art going on. It'll be quite different from the usual. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nothing wrong with having more, so just have a little bit more here. Let me get to the end here. Okay. Oh, that's kind of interesting. They didn't join that? Maybe it was joined later, but oh yes, let me do this first. I think I will just grab the rims here. might look a little bit different. Oh wait, we actually... I don't think we're supposed to touch the very sides. I think you're supposed to leave it a little bit of space here. Mine's a bit too round, but it's I think it's fine. It's already inside the eye part. Shouldn't be visible here. I have to do some editing later. Live 2D Warrior is basically almost entirely mouse, I think. That's basically entirely done with mouse. I think they probably did do the... Yeah, they did do the full mesh. Okay. And this is just a simple mesh as well. Okay, that's fine. Right, my top lashes are all together. I think I might have to separate them into separate layers. Because they will be moving different amounts, I think. As the eye is closing. Hello, Silver. Ah, shit, mine is kind of big. Alright, what next? Okay, that's pretty... a lot of points. A lot more than I imagined. Okay, let's turn this into 3s. Can you make it bigger here? I don't know the controls that well, so how did they make it so that only the middle part is wider? Yeah, I don't know how they did that. Dang, dude, I don't know how to do that. What can I even do? I can just make it wider in general, I guess. I think it's fine if it's not perfect. Let's just move on. What's next? Hello, G-Top. Ah, shit, the top lashes, huh? Okay. So this is gonna be kind of jank. I don't think you can edit the original mesh in here. At least if you can, I'm not sure how. But you can just cheat by making 4 different copies of this. And then have each one... You just mash it differently. Because in the world of live 2D cubism, if the thing is not part of a mesh, if it's not within the enclosed area of a mesh, it just doesn't show up. So even though we have the texture repeated 4 times here, blah, all you have to do is just only mesh one of them, and then you'll be fine. Don't think we need that much fidelity in these either. That's kind of bad, I feel like. But I should be fine. So the next time we open it, it's only going to be this guy now. The other guys are not visible, even though it's on the same mesh. This far. Seems kind of pointless, this area here. As long as it works. It seems kind of pointless. Oh yeah, anyways, I made it again. Okay, what's next? Highlight is the hexagon. Is that it though? Honestly, these guys can stay as squares. It really doesn't matter. Probably not that important. quick save here. Oh no, it's not even a. It's a hex. It's like a what, octagon. Yeah, you should be fine here. I don't know what this star is for, so I didn't make it. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna make this octagon then. Why not? One, two, three, four. It's a nanogun now. What? Hello, Walnut. Today is going to be a little bit very different and very challenging, I think, because I have no idea how some of the stuff is done. But that's why we do this, right? I guess that's kind of how it always is when you go into a study like this. Oof. Okay, save it. And right. So the heart. I'm trying to follow the mashing exactly as well, because when it comes to deforming stuff, the mash is what actually moves stuff around, and having it as similar as possible makes it so that we don't have to worry about when stuff is broken. It's not because of the mesh, it might be because of the deformer, it might be because of something else. We can just narrow down the issues a little bit better if things are going bad, which things will. Crown is weird, I don't know, visible. Yeah, it is visible. I can see what everybody's numbers are. I think I can probably also see what everyone's number is, including those that don't have the crown visible. I am Big Brother. I get to see all the information. Okay, so that's the inside. Let me see the final mesh. I need to see the final mesh. Oh, it got clipped out, but I can't imagine what's happening. So like the general theory of meshing is that you want to keep the dots forming triangles. So as long as you're forming polygons, like triangular polygons, which is just triangles, that is considered good. Because I guess that is the best, like the easiest way for the computers to compute it. I'm not 100% sure though. So that's why you're basically staggering the dots here. So you form triangles along the edges. And if you have any edges that have any amount of detail at all that you want to try and maintain the shape of, what you do is you nest it between two rows of dots like that. And there are very specific cases where, depending on the shape that you're trying to extrude and change and do stuff like that, you would put the dots along the edges exactly. Because when you deform it, it's the dots that move, right? Like the vertices that move. So by ensuring that the dots are on those edges, you're basically allowing it to transform in the most sort of logical way for that object. Honestly, Live 2D, if you know what you're doing, it actually doesn't take that long. For a lot of the basic stuff. It's when you try to get all the physics stuff, you try to get all of the angles sorted out perfectly, that it's taking forever. I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Same for art. Yeah, I guess I do have to follow this as closely as possible. Because there's no point if I'm just going in and doing whatever. Because I think the learning part is when you follow someone else's stuff exactly and see if makes things better. Or if there's anything else that you can learn from. It's kind of jank, but none of this really matters. as long as it transforms properly. Alright, what's next? Don't know what they're doing here. I think most likely setting up some kind of warp deformers, because they have a bunch of stuff selected, as you can see from the vertices here. So, oh, you guys can actually see it pretty clearly, I think, in the top right. So I don't think I'll bother shifting it that much then. So the stars here. So it's interesting that they're all on the same layer here. And I still don't know how they're achieving this sort of black texture into like pink effect. Where is it? Where is this thing? God damn it. Eye detail number 2, okay. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm gonna bump this up. It's still kind of hard to see. Whatever, dude. It's good enough. Oh, I know why. It's because of the values here. Not really? Oh no, it's because of the opacity. I see. The opacity is making it even harder to see. There we go. Right. So it's just a cross. Oh, interesting. Not the most efficient way of drawing this. Okay. What's next? Okay, they did the mesh for the glitter thingy. So I think this is the mask, because only the mask will move, and the actual glittering part of the glitter is just a gradient that is static in the back. So with the glitter moving across the gradient, it's causing it to look like there is... Oh my god, I cannot even see my noise. Where is it? Oh, sorry, it's turned off. Stupid. Of course I can't see it. It's goddamn turned off. Like, this feature in the bottom is very good. Like, you can just get this going. Also, like, how did they get a perfect square with the perfect grid with the meshing thing? I wonder if that's like a preset thing, because I don't think I have that. Like, you can do auto meshing, and then this thing will pop up here, this auto mesh generator. But I don't think any of these would actually generate. Yeah, they are kind of jank. Yeah, I don't know how they got a grid there going. Maybe they did it by hand. That looks... It doesn't look perfect, the grid. Yeah, but there's probably a shortcut somewhere that I do not know. Like, having that tutorial really helped so much, because yeah, like, that's why I really like the guy's tutorial, because he explained a lot of those shortcuts, a lot about like peripheral information. Like, sometimes you follow a tutorial and you're like, hey, I see what you're doing, but I kind of have these ideas and I don't know like how I would do them. And most people would just follow their own plan in the tutorial, but he would just like, he would be like aware of the fact that, hey, you're probably thinking about stuff like these, and you know, like, there's ways to do that. If you want to do it, maybe there's a shortcut. If you don't want to do it, or later we're gonna explain this, so let's just hold on for a second. Very cool. It doesn't let me draw perfect lines here. Looks like a 5x5 grid, 4x4 grid. Oh shit, yeah, you have to draw this manually. Only one guy is going against the flow here. Oh, two guys, never mind. Okay. Sure, I don't know if there's any significance in doing a grid like that. Because what is the difference between this and just using... Oh, I guess you have the points in the center to play with. I don't have any butterflies because I'm not doing animation. So I'm going to ignore that. So that's the reflected light. Oh, okay, he changed it. Or rather, they changed it. Oops. Where is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It shouldn't matter, I think. Wait, this is yet another... Wait a second. This is another... Wait, then what was the white heart that they did before? Huh. Anyways, why did they shift the center like that? Might be a mistake, I think. Okay, I don't know what the final version of this is. They left it uncompleted. Incomplete. They only did the rim. They didn't do the center bits. Which is interesting. Yeah, because this is how they left it. Right here. I think it's kind of hard for you guys to see on the other one. But, so the blue lines are lines that are not connected. So what that means is that these dots, when they move, they don't actually... I think... Okay, so I don't really know how the lines specifically work. But they're supposed to be pulling the other dots, I think, if it's connected like that. So I guess it doesn't connect. Let's do a quick check here. What is this? Oh, that's the actual base. Pupil, so everything else is done, I think. Oh, never mind. Yeah, some of these top parts are not done. So that we will get to in a bit, I imagine. Highlight here, bottom is done. Glitter. The lashes. The frame and the side frame. So most of it is done here. Okay. So I guess I would just follow that for now and see how that turns out. Oh, let me turn off the mask as well. They only did like double, they didn't do triple. Don't want to do too many of the dots here because it's gonna lag. Yeah, it's a lot of clicking, so my hand gets tired really quick. I think later on we'll see like Wildlife 2D. I think it's pretty tedious in terms of some of the minor movements that you have to make, like minor adjustments that you have to make. Also, I don't know how they got the top to join. I think there's a way to join this. I don't know how you join it. Oh shit. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to join it manually. Feels kind of jank for some reason. Do I need more dots here to make it smoother? I don't think it needs to be this precise. It's just that I'm seeing them having it rather smooth. And I'm just curious, like, if it's just because I don't have enough dots here. Okay, I guess this is good enough. So confirm. And then I'm gonna manually delete one of those guys. And then so they did like top, bottom. Oh sorry, it's not even connected. So not connected for some reason. For some reason. Why I do not know. I also realize I have more dots on the outside than theirs, but I think it should be fine. We're just gonna lag a little bit more. So yeah, this is very interesting to me. I think they're probably just not at that stage of the process, possibly. Or they're gonna do something else later by splitting off the different coloring layers out, possibly. We never know until the VTuber actually comes out, or they release more work in progresses. But in the meantime, this is it. Did the IY part actually have a gradient at the bottom? Oh yeah, like they have way more green dots than I had in the initial. So they are being very precise with that. But they do have less of the actual vertices than I do. So that means what I'm doing is unnecessary. Because they know what they're doing. Oh my god, I left this in here. It's okay, it's okay. Don't really care. I have a tablet right here and I'm drawing with my mouse. I don't know why I'm doing that. Guess it's easier. Yeah, they have a lot of these dots here. It's why you want an ergonomic mouse, I think. Like why I want one. Like my hands are getting tired already. I have a long night of clicking ahead. Oops. Yeah, I can feel my hands like tensing up. So bad. Yeah, okay, I don't know. How do you join these things? There's a way to join them. Dang it. So I guess I have to come off of the path a little bit here. Alright, close enough. As far as a dip. Check. Oh, whoops. I forgot to fix it. So you can see that if it's not enclosed by the mesh, because the mesh here isn't closed, because these two are not technically joined. That's why everything else is invisible. But just gonna take out one of that. Join these parts. These parts. I want to see what they did with the center here. Oh shit, they really lowered the number of vertices. So we have way too many. Again. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, yeah, they separated these two as well. So is the gradient here? Where is it? This one. So I need 2 of them. 1. Very typical stuff here. What? Oh, here? Circle and a dot in the middle, okay. Not very evenly spaced. What is that? Oh, that's the top part of the eye. Oh, it's some kind of a noise, I see. Interesting. So this guy here. Hello, Kirio. Okay, I don't think there's any point doing the highlight. It's literally just like tiny and in the square, I think. So they have the color and the thing and the line done together. I'm just gonna do it separately here. Okay. How should I do this one? So it doesn't really matter. And that should be fine, I think. I think that's everything. So all of these are all done. The glitter itself is not gonna move. Glitter color rather. The white shadow. Oh, the shadow part of the eye. Wait, what's this? I think they didn't do it because it wasn't part of the white part either. I think. Maybe it is part of the white part. I just can't see it. That's okay. We just do this ourselves here. How do I do this? Erase. Actually, I don't think I need this. Just gonna do it. Where does it end actually? I don't know where it ends. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. The white part, the two gradients, the top, alright. Reflect the light, details. And then all of these guys. So that should be all the mashing we need. Oh, okay. So what do we start rigging first? Probably just the eye closing action. Because all of the other deformations, these don't really apply. We can't really use a lot of these. Maybe the XY itself, but all the other ones, I don't think so. And because we don't have anything else with regards to, I'm just gonna delete all these parameters that we don't need. And the brow X. I think the brow Y, we can probably delete the brows as well, but since they are eye related, maybe one day we will come back and use them. Oops. In the meantime, just dump it in the folder. Then I'm keeping the angles because we might use it for the for some nonsense later. Everything else goes into eye here. I'm gonna lock that. Okay. Let me take a quick glance at the video and see what did our tutorial master person guy teacher started with. Let me just I don't think this is going into the OBS, right? Yeah, it's not. So everything in the, so everything of the eye, so it would be the frame. So we're doing eye opening and closing right now. So all of these guys that will be involved in the movement here, we're gonna need them. We don't have to grab all of them at the same time right now. It's just that we might as well. Oh no, some of the I'm very confused because the tutorial setup is in Japanese and my naming is in English, so I don't actually know which one is matching with what unless I'm following from the very beginning here. So it's only the frame, I think, that we're doing right now. But along with the actual highlights. But why? Who cares? Actually, it doesn't really matter. There's also another one I can reference, which is the one I did before. Because I can literally just select all of these things and see. So I have all the lines. I have the base warp deform. Which one is this? The inner one. And then the highlight inner one. Along with the IY and the eyeshadow. Oh, okay, I see. So we'll grab these guys. I think the bottom frame, wait, hang on. So if we go look at the example here, when the eyes close, yes, like the... So if you look at the bottom of the frame, that pink part at the bottom here, this pink part at the bottom, because when the eyes close, it moves up slightly. That means that the gradients that are involved also move together with it. Actually, it's interesting that because it's basically tracking the movement of the bottom of the lashes here. I don't know why I separated it into two separate layers. It could have just been done with one, because now you have to keep the movement in sync. Like the one on the side as well, like this one could have just been tied to the side frame here. So that means we're grabbing those as well. So all these gradients, and I'm grabbing the top lines, and then the gradient here. So all of these guys here. I'll do them first, and then we'll come back for the other guys later. So we're going to do eye left open. So eye right open is not really a thing. Doesn't exist in our world. So we're gonna do eye left open. We're gonna do let's see. So for one, I need to upgrade this to 1.2. So eye open essentially is the parameter that tracks whether if your eye is open or not, as its name implies. But the reason you go 1.2 is so that if you open your eye slightly wider, it's able to accommodate for that. Whereas by default, it doesn't really allow you to do that, I think. So 0. I think we probably need more points in the middle, like 0.3 and 0.7 later. But we're just gonna do 0, 1, and 1.2. Oops, no 1.4, please. So now that the keyframes are on here, if we make a change at any one of these keyframes, it will be reflected. Oh, sorry, it's the one thing that is not in the thing. So if I do it like this, it's now going to start moving. And then you can always reset it here. I recall, like, it's... Shit, which one is it? Editing form, reset to original. So we'll bring it back to its original. So we don't have to worry about messing stuff up. Well, too badly. You do have to be careful, though. We have to be very careful with where we do the animation, especially when we start having multiple parameters on the same thing. Because, for example, right now, let's say I move... let's say I have another parameter on this that's just like 1 or 0, right? So right now nothing happens because we haven't done anything. But if I do like a movement here, if I go back, if I had this over here, it's actually yet another different frame, even if I want both of them to be on the same side here like that. So in cases like this, you can actually copy and paste the position and deformation from one side to the other side. So now they're both the same again. But in any case, it's a bit of a mess. And if you want to reset, you can always just come back here and just delete the keyframes. Then we can always reset this, or we can copy and paste the base position over here, and it'll be reset. So yeah, I think we just start off with this eye closing movement here. And then yeah, so we're going to start off with... We're gonna just stare at this reference and match it as closely as we can. So we need to find the frame where it's closed. So we can see that this is the closing form. Actually, it would help if we have an idea of... let me see where this positioning is. So what you can do, I believe, is that you can take a screenshot. You can take another image, essentially, and then move it in here, I think. Is it allowing me to do that? So it's over here. If I move up the... Oh no, this is not what I want. This is not the one. Okay. I guess I cannot copy and paste in this stuff. Yeah, so you can, at the bottom here, you can take a snapshot, and then you can show a version of the snapshot on top, which is on by default once you take it. So even if I turn off the stuff here, you can see there's a very faint image there. And this can help us do alignment and stuff like that. So for example, right now I don't need the base. I don't need anything else. And we can lock all of these so we don't accidentally move them by accident. So we just want to touch the frame, right? So everything else can get locked and then can get turned off. So I know that I want to move this into a closed position. And with this, now we can sort of be like, hey, so we want it to be closed, right? So I open a 0, and then we can start to make this movement here. Yes, so the duplication process is also pretty involved because number one, you need to ensure the hierarchy of the parts is done correctly for the other eye, because when you duplicate the everything, you don't really want to duplicate the pictures here, like the actual textures. So I explained this once before, and I did a lot of testing as well. It's kind of jank. So the way that you upgrade a texture, update the texture, say I don't want this to be pink anymore, I want it to be like purple or like green. You would make the change in PSD, you would import it here, and it would do a replacement of the texture by name. However, this name isn't the name that you're seeing here. It would appear to be so, unless you change the names here and stuff like that. But if you make a copy, for example, if you make a copy of this entire eye, you flip it to the right side, and you rename this texture to be right eye. Even if I import the right eye layers, it wouldn't replace the right eye layer I see here because it's made from a copy of the left eye. I think behind the scenes it's still making the same reference. So that's kind of jank. So what you would do is you will still duplicate everything. However, you would then delete all of the textures. That's what I'm doing anyways. For a lot of people, I think the eyes are symmetrical. But my character's eye would not be symmetrical. So I have to be careful. We have to delete the textures here. Bring the new textures for right eye into the correct spot. Rename all of these deformers so it doesn't get confusing. And then most importantly, you have to change the values of the parameters. So instead of eye left open, you have to change it to eye right open. And you have a lot of those. So if I select this keyframe here, it's selecting everything that has this keyframe enabled. So you can see like all of these guys here have to change eye left to eye right. And I think that's like a... I think you can do change like this. Yeah, you can do change like this, and you can change all of them at once. And then the other thing is like if you want to change any folder names at once, you can press Ctrl F and you will open up this list of all of your layers. So your parent part, which is what they call the folder. A folder is called a part. And then the reason why it's called a part is because it's not a folder in the traditional sense, like it's just a grouping of layers. I mean, it is a grouping of layers, but because the drawing order, the way that things overlap each other, isn't entirely depending on its position. So you can have a part that's on top of another part, but drawn underneath the other part. So as an example here, if we have this frame right now selected, even though it's on top of everything else, if I lower this number of 500 down, it's immediately drawn behind everything else. And if I bring it back up again, it's now drawn on top. So I think that's why they call it a part. So it's kind of separate in your head, like from an actual layer, from a folder layer. Layer folder, what? Anyways. Yeah, you can copy and paste. Yes, you can copy and paste. And yeah, so we can just start deforming this. Make sure the part is at the correct spot, and then you would just bring it down like this. So this is where the live 2D process kind of jank, is that you just kind of break things. Like right now, these parts are already messed up. Like these dots are already messed up, but you don't really want to be adjusting them manually either. So yeah, this thing is kind of jank. Wait, hang on. So this is our reference here. This is the entirely closed position. And I need to try and replicate that. So for one, I want to know where in the position, where in the entire eye is this? Because you can see the bottom eye moving up here. But I think there seems to be no quick way to bring a reference into here and overlay it on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do something. And then we're gonna look at the animation, and if it sucks, we'll just fix it afterwards. So I should have just kept the movement vertical, I think. Yeah, I should have kept the movement a little bit more vertical. So you can still press shift and stuff like that to make sure that the movement is only vertical here. So we don't distort it unnecessarily. So this part is not deforming in the same way. It could be with the way that the mesh is set up. It could be the way that the warp path here, this green sort of series of dots is set up. So maybe if I had put in another dot at the end here, maybe this will allow us a little bit more control. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, this is the part where it's trial and error, and this is the part that Live 2D gets a little bit difficult, because you don't get to draw what you want. You have to move what you have into position, and you have to get it right, like somehow. And yeah, as you can see, like the dots are kind of jank, and then once you can see like how the vertices are starting to overlap. You can't really control it, as far as I can tell. So you just have to be careful and make sure like they don't overlap too badly here. So yeah, like Live 2D's work is really just dealing with all these dots. You can do in-betweening, but the reason why you don't want to do in-betweening is because like let's say even for the eye open here, you're gonna do like the smile parameter later. So when the character smiles, it will change. But the moment you put in a different set of parameters here, as I demonstrated earlier, these are two separate positions for each of these three. So for example, if I have 3 different positions here, I can go to this other dot and create yet another 3 positions there. So now if it's here, I'm doing random, well, weird shit over here, right? But if it's here, I'm doing this shit over here. So the moment you have more keyframes on the top one, it's going to be multiplied by the number of keyframes you have by, like, in any other of these parameters. And if you have another parameter here, for example, now you have 3 times 2 times 2 number of parameters to deal with. So as much as possible, you want to avoid doing too many. However, for eyes and stuff like that, it's very important. So there are times, we'll probably do it later as well, is that we have to make some of the positions a little bit cleaner. Oh my god, this really sucks right now. So this is gonna take a while to get it to look right, I think. So yeah, in-betweening is a great idea, but you have to be careful with the amount of in-betweening you do. Yeah, ideally we don't want to be dealing with stuff like that. You can kind of deform stuff with this brush as well, so you can sort of pull stuff up like that. But I wonder if it would have been easier if I just go back all the way to the beginning here and just use this brush instead to pull it down. But it sort of deforms the thing. But if I make it big enough, I think it should be able to do it, I think. Oh shit, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It kept a lot of the thing, the original curvature. But you could also be squishing it a little bit too much, so maybe it'll take over like this. Oh man, yeah, this is so jank, like, it's so annoying. And I don't know if you can just add a dot right now. If I move this out here, what's gonna happen? Oh, okay, it kind of keeps its position, huh? What if I move that up here? So now maybe I can... Oh, now maybe I can use this to move this down. So this is a bit too low, I think. But we can do that adjustment in a bit. Oops. Yeah, art is fun, they say. Life 2D is fun, they say. Well, I don't think anyone said that, but... Did anyone say that Life 2D is fun? Oh my god. So you see how, like, because I don't have the dots along the edge here, when I'm moving it, it's only really pulling it by a little bit. It's very hard to control the specific edge. If I had this dot over here, and this dot over here, then I could just make a very sharp edge that I'm seeing in the reference much more easily, but... Anyways, I think this is the part where experience come in play, which is also why I'm just kind of doing this, spending time doing this, because it's going to be... Sorry, why is the weight color... Why is it weighted? What? Why is this weighted? What does that mean? Oh my god, what's happening? How do I undo the weight thing? Ah, shit. Okay, now I'm very confused. I don't know what this guy is doing. Why is this guy weighted? What does that mean? Anyways, we can turn off the snapshot, so this is what the eye will look like if it's opening and closing. Right now it's a bit too low, so we're going to move it back up a little bit, so I need the snapshot again. So this guy needs to move up. Maybe somewhere here? Yeah, it moves down quite a bit, so it moves down quite a lot here. It also makes it a little bit smaller. I think the tail end of it came in a little bit if you look at the right side. Yeah, the tail end came in a little bit. And then the middle is a little bit more bulged out. Bulged down, I guess. I think this is like this is why I have like so much respect for like Live 2D riggers now, because this is not as simple as just making it move with the original style. Like a lot of the movement, you have to ensure yourself by yourself that it is in the original style. It's not like just because the artist drew it, it's going to always be in that style, because it's so easy to break the proportions. And if you look at the tutorial that I follow, Rariemon basically spent every single one of his 20-something videos starting with saying that you have to be aware of the original artist's style. You have to make things with the idea. So you can see how this is dipping in, and there's no way for me to control this because I don't have enough meshes here. Kind of annoying. But yeah, like he is very particular about saying that, you know, you're making it to be cute first and foremost. And you have to be aware of the original artist's style. And he has a bunch of references, even in the tutorial that he did, he has a bunch of references from the original artist, so that he can follow it as closely as possible here. Okay, this thing is annoying me because I cannot click on the stupid thing behind it. Get out of here. Yeah, it's a bit jagged here. I don't know if you can just add a dot like this and have it matter right now. Let me see if I can make that happen here. I guess you could. Ooh, this is not very good. But in the grand scheme of things, by the way, you'll be looking at a size of about this big, right? Because that is the size of an eye. Like if the VTuber is at the bottom of the screen here, for example, it will only be this big. So really, it really doesn't matter unless you zoom in which you can see a little bit, but I think most people wouldn't be too distracted by that. Although all of these parts here, you can see it's not very good. All of these parts here are not very good. But I think with the help of the fact that if you look at the mesh dots, not the green dots, but the mesh dots that's following this sort of upper path, this upper edge between the dark and the bright part, because it is there, it sort of maintained the lines, that action there. Like this action here is kind of maintained, kind of. Even as the top part is getting destroyed. So is that part. My eyes. Anyways. So anyways, Maybe we'll just keep it like this for now. It's really hard to tell how good it is until everything comes together. So there's a lot of back and forth in this process. And then I guess the next part would be... Let me see. What is the suggested next part? Oh my god, he's spending a lot of time on this as well. Let me see, where is the... Alright, he moved the lashes next. So we can get all the lashes done as well. So we have 4 of them. And then in the original, I think they disappeared when the eye is half closed. So we will probably have like another frame for the half closed section here. Because we need a bit more control, I think. But I don't know what value they have it at. Does it matter though? Actually, I forgot. Like if I have this tied to this keyframe here, if I move this keyframe, what happens actually? If I added this key and I move it like say 0.5, does it move the values that I set there? It does not, so it just adds the keyframe there. Ooh, so that means that like later we'll probably have to make more adjustments anyways. It was like somewhere here. Oh yeah, like that's another thing about the eye is that like maybe it's a bit too early to talk about this, but because of the way that the eye capturing software, the face capturing software works, it detects a lot of eye movement and the data value is very jittery. So if you have, like let's say 1.0 is an open and 0.0 is a close, your actual value hovers around like 0.9 something, 0.8 something. So if you don't have sort of like another keyframe in between here, which we'll make at the very end, it would have this very jittery motion. So people usually have a keyframe here just so that between 1 and 0.9 or 0. something, there is a very minor, very minimal movement. And then there will be some quick movement here as it gets to the half closed position, which is another keyframe. And then there's the closing at the very end. So somewhere at the half closed position, we want to have the eyes, the eyelashes disappear. Oh my god, it's so jank. Look at the... Oh man. I think if I make adjustments to the mesh now, I don't think it actually helps, right? If I recall, because I think I did this test before. If I just add more dots here... Then even as I transform... over here... I think it's still jank. Okay, hang on, what if I recover this a little bit? Oops. My god, this is ugly over here. Oh my god, it's so ugly over here. Oh, it's the dots on the outside maybe. Doing weird stuff. This makes it a little bit better. We're basically just squishing it so that the amount of error there is it's a lot less obvious. Lamau kinda works. Okay, it's kind of jank there, but anyways. Okay, so I guess we get the lashes closed. Because I don't know how it's gonna work out later. I'm just gonna close it at when everything is closed then, I guess. And then it is what it is for now. It is what it is. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me just add a guide here real quick. We can see how the eye changes. So we want it to be a little bit smaller as it closes. And based on what I'm seeing in the reference, is the tail that is coming in. And the tip actually extended beyond where it was before, which I don't think was the case in the reference. Never mind, it came out a little bit. Just a little bit. But honestly, none of this matters too much. The important thing is the physics. So let me get a move on here. These guys, I want them to just come here and then disappear, I guess. Oops. So even though it's not visible, you want it to be squished still, because otherwise when it's doing this action, it wouldn't actually get smaller. It would just be maintaining its own proportions but as it descends. So we can get these to be a little bit more squished. And I think this guy needs to come in a bit, because it's tied towards that position there. Let me see. Oh man, yeah. Replicating the physics is so hard. I don't know if you guys can see the very minor amount of jiggle on the frame and the lashes here. So if you look at it when it closes, it's shaking. See how the tips are wobbly? So the way to set up that is that on these guys themselves, I think most likely is a blend shape, because remember all that nonsense about the parameters multiplying? Blend shapes apply the transformations directly on the thing, just by addition. So it doesn't care how many other parameters they are. It just says that anytime that blend shape value, parameter is changed, it is just going to perform that jiggly, that left-right movement there. So I think most likely that's what's happening. So you will have that movement for every single one of these lashes, and then you will go into the modeling physics settings, and then you will do that nonsense with the pendulum and stuff later. Oh man. Anyways, I'm here to look at the last frame there. They actually kept it. Did they keep it? Oh no. Oh, they squished it towards the other side. So actually they didn't move its horizontal position actually. So as it closes, yeah, it kind of just does that anyways for them. So I think that's fine by me then. We might want to make it a little bit smaller. Just a little bit smaller here. So it stays within here. So we will have this movement here. And I think that's good enough for now. We should probably deal with the bottom frames. Oh, the side frame and the bottom frame. Yes, Divya, I don't know if I have the capacity to do just take a quick look. Just take a quick look at your recommendation here. Oops. Oh, I see. Oh, is the artist a lady? It's got that sort of very pretty vibe to the eyes, I feel like. A very anime-like. You can see like the overall adjustment overlay layer at the end. I feel like you can see it. Very cute, I guess. Yeah, man, I'm looking at this rendering and I feel like if I drew this thing, I would want it to be more impressive with more rendering and more stuff. But this is how it is, right? This is that kind of the anime kind of style. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me send this as well. I'm just gonna send this. Then we're gonna head right back into this. So I'm gonna look at the side, this frame and the side here. So I'm trying to see how it's closing here. So it's squished a little bit inwards. A little bit inwards and then just upwards. In and up, in and up, in and up. Then the half open scene. So okay, so I'm gonna grab this guy now. Gonna come all the way here. And I don't really 100% know, so I'm just going to do stuff at this point. I think a little bit like, oops. So that should already have some of that movement, I think. And I think in order to make it match the one, we might have to move this up a bit. Squish it a bit more. Something like that. I don't know how much travel is doing in the original. It's very hard to tell with the... I don't have a very good memory with this. I think mine is moving too much. Yeah, mine's moving too much. Mine's moving too much. So, probably still this. Maybe like that. But mine is transforming too much. You see how it's getting smaller? Very obviously getting smaller. I don't think it was getting smaller that much. Oh wait, I can see it. I can feel it getting smaller. But not by that much though. I wonder why. Have it like this. Okay, I need the bottom frames to go in as well. I cannot tell what's happening. So bottom frame, these guys here. I'll do it one by one here. So just very minor amount of movement. So, my god, where's my ruler? I'm gonna measure the distance travel in real life. Hang on. By putting something on my tablet and seeing how much it moved. Okay. It starts here. And it goes... Oh, it goes up quite a bit actually. It goes up by... like 3 times its height, I feel like. So whatever height this is... It's like... Let me be on the correct keyframe here. So it'll be... 1, 2, 3-ish. And then I'll probably squish it a little bit. So the one thing that I noticed in the original is that this curve, so from the side frame all the way down, along these lashes here, into the bottom lash, is the curve is maintained very well as it closes. Music got really loud. If you look at just that bottom curve there, it's maintained very well. Dang, dude, the amount of detail that is going in is insane. Like because all of these things you have to control it by yourself, and it's not that simple in terms of just you know, like I think explaining this in terms of animation makes a lot of sense. You don't have that many keyframes, or rather you don't want to have that many keyframes just because it's a multiplicative process. So you kind of have to control its path by guessing, because you'll be in this end frame here, because when you're making changes, you can only make it on the keyframes. So at this point, you kind of have to guess, hey, I think it's moving too much, or something. So in order to account for that, you'll be like, hey, maybe if I shift it a little bit here, it will move, you know, in the correct way or something like that. Oh man, right now I think it's collapsing too much. Maybe it would just not collapse it at all. Just like that. I still think the side frame is kind of jank. Okay, let's try and tie it in with the with this guy here. So the bottom lashes. What does the bottom lashes do? They kind of move in like a bit of a curve because they follow the very tippy tip of this guy. So it just follows it in. And then it kind of closes into the heart as it closes in here. So this guy wants to move a little bit like this, I think. So this is moving too much. So part of it is also maybe because it doesn't rotate. Maybe if I rotate it a bit. So now it tries to follow that a little bit more. This distance is getting closer. I'm not sure why. In the original, it is there. It's not as prevalent though. I don't know if it's because my lashes are bigger. I think mine is drawn slightly bigger. Oh no, wait, I traced. How is that possible? It's not bigger, it's traced. So what does that mean then? So this is matching this part here. What? I guess this guy is just a bit bigger? I feel like these guys are kind of close. Maybe that's why. Oh, but also the curvature is maintained if I don't change it. So does that mean that they actually made it a little bit more flat? This is actually squished this way. I can see it going that way instead. So maybe I can close it in a bit like that. And then same for the bottom frame as well. Maybe I can make it a little bit smaller. And I need to match the side here. So the side needs to match the tip of the bottom lash. So a little bit better. Okay, that feels a little bit better. Like this part here doesn't look very good. When it's closing, it doesn't. It's broken in this instance. But I think in the original, it doesn't. Yeah, you see, all the way through is connected. Like at this part here, very clean. Also, I don't have that line there. I didn't render that line out very well. So yeah. So I'm gonna have to try and change this part. How do I make that happen though? But this, yeah, this slows it down now. What? It could be that this part in the top frame is bulging out too much. I can push that in as well. That's also an option. Oh shit. Oh, okay, yeah, that kind of works. Kind of. Let's see what this looks like, this very instance. Dang, it's completely perfect all the way through. This is insane. Like, right here and right here. That's the quality of work. That's the difference in quality. God damn. It's insane, like the amount of attention to detail here. Stuff that people never really see. Like, this is not ever gonna be visible, I don't think. To most people anyways. Even to like live 2D riggers, like they might be paying attention, but like it's so small, dude. Who's... Oh shit. Hang on. Don't touch that. See, I made the mistake of trying to adjust for it here. This right here, if you don't like the state of how this is, that's just because I drew it this way and it sucks. And you just have to redraw it. So don't make the change here. You could. So you could technically, for example, I was thinking about this the other day, is that usually people would draw the entire model with the face and the eyes and everything. So everything will be in the proportion and the size that it is going to be in the final model. But what you could actually do is draw everything in the full size. That you can use the entire canvas, for example, to draw one singular eye. Then when you import it in, it will be just as big. So for example, something like this. Then you can manually shrink it down. So let's say for the very beginning state, you can manually shrink everything down to, and then position, and then put it in the eye position, right? And the difference that this makes is that you have the full amount of quality that your canvas can offer. But I think it's kind of weird way to work, and probably not really worth the effort unless it's for like the eye or something, where my people might be staring at it. Anyway, just some ideas that I had. Maybe not very good ideas, but I'm gonna do the top line and then that gradient as well. So might as well get that out of the way. So that would be this guy. So as it comes down, I'm gonna shift it down first, and then I'm going to just, oops. Oops. Let me move this a bit here. Yeah, I kind of squished it a little bit too much when I did the initial dragging, I think. Okay, this might be easier with the actual path transform thingy. Because it's so thin. It's so thin that the path is, this path thing is very good approximation of what it actually is. Whereas the thick one is kind of annoying because some of the parts, as you saw previously, the meshes kind of misbehave. And it becomes like a mess. So with this, I think it's a bit easier. So if I just use shift here to make sure they only go up and down for now. If we need any lateral movement and stuff like that, we can add that in afterwards. Oops. You see me getting into the mesh edit mode, which is this mode here, is because my mouse sucks. It's automatically double clicking without me asking for it. Wait, why am I so off here? Is it because my line is not long enough? So originally it was reaching the third position there. I guess my line is just not long enough because from behind the third position there seems to be a little bit more line there. So mine is just not long enough. So it's not about the size, it's about how you use it. See. Here. Oops, oops, oops. Get rid of that. Stop. Heyo. Okay. I don't have any good music, so it's just gonna be on Maple Story for a bit. Why not? This guy? You need a lot of patience, honestly. I don't have the patience. If it's a study that I know that I'm not gonna use in the final as a final thing, I just don't have the patience to make it perfect. And I think rightfully so as well. Because we are kind of slow with this right now. But that's just kind of how Live 2D is, though. I don't know if you guys have seen like this process before, like in real time. This is it's a serious respect for those people who does this. My god. You need to have the look at this line, dude. It looks like shit. How did they make it look so good in the original? What the heck? I mean, part of it is because I drew it like shit, but dang, dude. Maybe I should just pay someone else to do this. Okay, whatever, dude. I'm gonna move, I'm gonna move on. My God. Why do you torture me so? Hello? Oh, God, it looks like shit. I should have just left it, honestly. This is so much worse than art. At least art, you can put it where you want it to go. A lot easier. Okay, broski. Stop. Look at that crooked line and cry. Now I can tell, I think I know what the issue is. Part of it is because of the original drawing. So if we go back to the original position here. So the middle line, sorry, the outer sort of fainter pink is not even on both sides. So as I'm transforming this, it's going to cause a lot of problems. If it were even, it would have been a bit better. Because if it's not even, once I do the thing, it's my god, it's also very crooked for some reason. Kind of have to manually adjust some of the points sometimes because they might not, especially okay, right now we don't see too many of this, but with the warp deformers, it happens quite a bit where you have to kind of go in and adjust some of the lines to make it a little bit smoother. What am I doing again? What's my reference? Okay, my target is over here. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. This is lower. Dang it. Can I go home now? Okay, we have to do, because I don't want to get stuck here forever. Which looks like we are. Oh my god, look at that shit. Shit. Anyways, what am I doing again? Right, this guy, which is not visible. So, where does this guy go, actually? My gradient doesn't really work the same way, I think. Sorry, that was where the line was, right? So I think I could have done this a little bit better by gluing the stuff together, but I don't really want to care now. I'm gonna squish it first and then put the line in. Wait, what? Why is it not letting me do it? Why not? Oh, because of that. Stop getting into the... Ah, my god. See, like, my computer is working against me. My mouse is like... No, you don't. Maybe this is still a little bit too early, actually. Maybe I should squish it down a little bit more. Maybe somewhere here. I'm gonna look at the reference here. Move it over here. So, if I do it now... Move that. Stop it. Oh my god, stop that. Nice. Alright, anyways, this is my level of Guess I shouldn't use the word mastery. There's nothing masterful about this. Awful display. But anyways, I think this is fun to do on stream as well. Just a peek of what I'll be going through behind the scenes for the next 2 months, I think. So I'm gonna just leave this for now. I don't know if the original has any left or right lateral movement as it closes, but I think in the meantime, I think it's fine. So what next? So what do we have? So we have all these. Okay, the bottom gradient, where is it? 2 of you guys. So they kind of want to track the movement as well. Just gonna move this up. Shut up. It's moving faster than the other guy, so let's do that. I think it's tracking, but it's also a little bit faster, I think. Probably because I'm squishing it. But if I don't squish it, in the closed state, is it visible? Oh, there is a little bit of the gradient peeking out, but everything is so pink it's barely noticeable, so I just leave it. Where's my other gradient? Right, so what's happening with this guy? I guess he has to close in with it as well. So in the closed state, I need to have it small. I need to have this up. A bit more. And the closed state is actually visible. So, something like that. Okay, let's just go with it. Running out of time, I'm noticing. Top line, what is this? Oh, that's the highlight. Yeah, let's get the highlight too. So at this state, it would just be here, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's just tracking it pretty well. Don't care. Move on. I've given up. I've just given up. Is this high? Is this too high? I feel like this part is kind of high. My god, this thing is so ugly, dude. You are so ugly. What is this? What is this line, dude? How is this possible, dude? I can draw better straight lines with my toes, dude. My god. Okay. I'll deal with the, let's do the inside of the eye, the white part, which is very hard to see. I forgot if you can turn the background a certain color automatically, but, what's that? Because this is only when you select something. Can I change the background color? Wait, I don't want to touch that, actually. Let's make a duplicate. I forgot if you can actually change colors in this game, in this editor. Oh, you could. Okay, so let's just make it red for a bit. Wait a second, this isn't even changing the color of the layer. It's just another color somewhere else, but it works for us, so I'm not gonna complain. So here we have this guy here. Whole drawing challenge. That probably won't happen. Let me just run through the tutorial real quick, because I believe you squish the white part first, and then you make the path transform. Okay, why do I care? I'm pretty sure that is the case, because I remember it very yeah, so you would take this, you would squish it down to a line first, and then you put in these guys. Oh, I just remember you can change the weights on these guys. That's why it wasn't affecting stuff properly. Anyways, don't mind me. Just beginner mistakes. Can you select the dots? How do you select the dots, actually? God damn it. How do you select the dots, actually? Oh no, you just adjust all of them together. So this is the weight, so the sphere of influence for each of the dots. Okay, so we take this, we bring it in here. I'm just gonna make it match for now. And hello? Give me the dot, dude. What? Why is it moving? What? Okay. So where is my parameter here? So as I'm closing here, I'm trying to check if the bottom lines up. In the original, it lines up perfectly. So mine is closing faster. See, this is too fast. And I don't know how to fix that. Because the only thing I can think of is to have a keyframe in the middle to control the rate of ascent. Or I guess we can just sort of lower these guys a bit to delay its movement. Or rather to not have it move as much. Oh, see, now this is distorted. So this part is kind of broken. Still kind of broken. Looks like it's this guy's fault. A little bit better, but this is still jank. It's still moving faster than I need it to. So the amount of time it has to move is the same, but the amount of distance I want it to move is less if I move it up here. Sorry, if I move the endpoint down. Which is hopefully getting me the effect I want. It is slowly creeping closer to the original position here. So yeah, it's matching it a bit better. We just need to fix this problem here. Oh boy. Why is this so jank? How about this? Because the original character's eyes and face has basically the same, like the sclera. The face is so wide that I cannot see where the line is. So I don't... Oh, right here. In this instance where that eye is right there. Oh my god, that's a singular frame here where you can see a similar problem. Like right here. This is curved in, but then out again, and then like that. So they seem to have like a similar issue here, where this part is dipped in. So I think all in all, it should be fine. So let me turn off this stupid background here. Right, so if for example we turn on our base here, as long as we have the clipping set correctly, it is now covering the back of the eye. And as I explained yesterday, because this software only allows you to clip to one thing at a time, the pupil is clipped, well right now it's clipped to nothing, but in an art software you will clip it to the back of the entire eye, right? But it would then only stay within the entire eye. So even if I close it like this, it will still be visible, because technically it is within the original eye. Even though the original eye itself is clipped to the white sclera, which is no longer visible, and therefore the original eye is not visible, but these guys are clipped to the original eye, which is still in the same position. So it is still visible. Some nonsense, but anyways. Okay. Let's finish this last thing off for the outside. I think that should be the last one, right? I think everything else is already done. So, okay, this one I need to observe again. Where is it going? It's staying in the halfway point, basically, all the way till the end, almost. So over here, eyeshadow. How do I want to do this? It kept this position and throughout most of it, so I think I'm just gonna put in the dots. I'm going to make the value super big. And then I'm going to move them down. Probably squish it a little bit. And then try and fit it into this form here. How does that look? Not enough. Okay, so maybe lower. Okay, yeah, this part is tearing. But the back part is fine. So I want the front part to be a bit higher here then. Okay. So this part here, I don't know if this makes sense, but the eyeball is so big that it's kind of hard to tell even in the original. Especially, I think they make the eyes actually squish bigger as it's closing. You can see how it's getting better. And then squish. Squish, squish, squish. Ah, yes, walnut. For sure. TOT, Temple of Time. Maple Story. Anyways, have a good night. I'll see you soon. I think at this rate, I'll probably still be working on this tomorrow. Yeah, I need to figure out which deformer is actually doing that later. But anyways, this is fine. This is good. Okay, now what? Now what do I do? What did the tutorial do after this? What? Oh, is this the... Oh, okay, so it's 1.2 times. So we can make 1.2. Oh, I see, they made the smile first. Wait, do we even have the reference for smiling, actually? We have the expressions over here. Kind of. So she's sad? And then when she's smiling. So the smiling eye, we'll have to make as well. So this is the part that is going to be duplicated. So for every single thing here, we're gonna need to create a set of points here. So as it closes, we need to remake the... So everything we just did, we have to redo. But for the smiling closed eye. So right now it's kind of here. Which we'll take a screenshot here. So that when we adjusting stuff, we kind of have this as a reference. I'm gonna turn off everything again. So yeah, anyways, this is a pain. So because of the thing, we can still see the original eye if I move it like that. So we need to try and replicate this, what we're seeing here now. I think it was recommended to start from the original again, just because this form right here is kind of messed up. So we should copy this, put it here, and then redo that entire movement here. So, ooh, do we have something to work with here? Let me see. I want to see if there's a transition between the closed state of the smiling and then the closed state of the normal. There isn't, so we kind of have to guess a little bit at the position. I don't actually know where the position is. Oh, so it is here. I have my finger on my monitor, you guys can see that. I'm trying to figure out where it is. So it kept the original tip. So the tippy tip is lined up. It's just the middle is bounced up. Actually, is it just the original size? Brought down? Almost. It's almost just... Wait, it's basically the original frame brought down, actually. But what about the end? The tail end of it? It's always blocked by the hair. Oh, never mind. It's actually squished in. I can see it here. So it's squished into... So that is where the original position is. So this is where it is, and then it's squished all the way to the tip. So that means that the position of the original third lash Sorry, not even the third lash. It's just this guy here. So this needs to be brought in over here. Is it an even squish though? It's so fast. Just the back half, I think. I think just this half is being squished. This side here. Because if I do this, it's but then again, it's not really that much movement though. It's only this. It should be a little bit flatter, no? Shit, I cannot remember. Oh, I see. He did the transformation from the other side. Yeah. Come on. Okay, what if we just keep this? We turn off this, right? So, eyes closed, happy eyes. I think this part needs a little bit of fixing. There are also very subtle movements in there. I don't know if that's because of the eye tracking software delivering data to call it to transform it in between, you know, like between the happy state and the normal closed state, or if there's additional blend shapes that is in there making those changes. Yeah, it feels like it's just a squish down, direct squish down. Because the frame doesn't seem to have transformed much. So it would just close down. Let's say we keep it like this for now. So the side frame, let me see how does that look. It's popping up the top. So this guy needs to be a little bit different. Wait. Yeah, okay, even the original, it wasn't able to avoid this, essentially. This problem here. Although mine is a lot worse. Mine is a lot worse. Okay, I think what I need to do is put some dots in here. Is it closed? Let me redo this. So I'm going to grab the sights position, put it here. Okay. What do I want to do? Sha. I will squish this. No, I do not want to do mesh. Thank you. Then I will just have this kind of come in this way. And then I'm just gonna like sweep this under the rug or something. See how that looks. Yeah, it's a bit more distorted than I would like. It's like folding in. Is the original folding in? Kind of. It's maintaining its shape for a good while though. They definitely have like a keyframe somewhere else near the end here. There's probably another keyframe for like a half open eye. Probably around 0.4 or 0.3. That is allowing them to maintain that sort of frames position. I think I'm just going to move on. I would like to get close to the physics stuff if possible, because we can come back to this and fix this, although it looks so ugly right now. Does it folds in this way? I can do it like this, maybe? It still folds in though. These little guys. Okay, what? What's happening? Okay, there's overlapping nonsense going on here. I don't know which one is supposed to be here, which one's not. I think something like this. I don't want it to overlap because that looks kind of jank. Right now it is still kind of jank. It's a bit better, I guess. Having these dots like lined up like neatly is apparently a way to make it look nicer. So try to get the curve to bend a little bit more naturally, although this guy is kind of still too much. Oh, my mouse is deselecting stuff. There it goes again. Okay, this I have to do for now. Alright, let's see bottom frame. And my wrist is so tired from clicking, from holding and clicking. My god. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to do something about this. Oh, it's so fast. Because my middle part isn't coming down at all. I feel like maybe that's not right. Maybe the close state is this one. It's not supposed to be this much of an arc, I think. Let's fix that. Oops. So somewhere around here, I think, makes more sense. And then I need to fix the other guys again. Damn, that bottom frame has got places to be. It's so quick. Yes, cancel. Oh, you know what? Maybe the closing state is a little bit flat, but then the eye is being raised up because of the brows? No, it's not. Like the moment it closes is very flat though. Like this part where it closes and then it sort of raises a little bit. Oh, wait, it's the mouth. Wait, is it the mouth? Because the mouth is tilting towards the left eye. Like her left. And when it tilts towards it, so right here, The mouth is in the middle, the eyes close, the mouth tilts towards it, and then there's this upward movement that seems to accompany it. So there might be additional blend shapes that's affecting it, accompanying the mouth movement there to make it pop up like that. Or it could be some kind of jiggle, because it is jiggly, like right here is kind of jiggly. Okay, wait a second. This frame though, yeah, this frame definitely needs some work. Okay. I don't want the bottom frame to just be like rushed up like that. I feel like that doesn't really make sense. It also desyncs from the other side, from the side one. Ah shit, it's folding again, but anyways. It's so quick. How did they get it to sync it up so well? This, yeah, this very frame here is impressive. Yeah, there has to be a checkpoint here, I think, to ensure that it's meshed up a little bit better. I think in the meantime, I'm just gonna leave it. It's not that bad. Cope, cope, cope. Yeah, this is basically visible though. Yes, good night, Silver. Yes, take care of yourself too, Silver. My god. It could be lower than I think. It means this part is lower yet. Yet more lower. Go, go, go. Some jankiness they resort out by hand. Stop that. Okay. Okay, final offer. The mouth. Oh, come on, man. Okay. Yeah, one singular misclick, you get messed up so much. But I think it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, then the bottom lashes. Just shift it up. Okay. These guys all travel at different speeds. God. These guys seems like they're somewhat aligned. At least the two lashes. The side is just it's just not possible, I feel like. I can bring this down a bit more. Yeah, this is best I can do. Chomp 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 chomp. Pong 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 pong. Frame can be a little bit rounded at the bottom here. Oh shit. Nobody saw anything? Okay. Ouch. So what happened to the lashes though? The lashes are visible. Okay, so there's physics for the Y direction on the lashes 100%. Because it dips below and then it reappears. Oh. Tablet shut down there. Oops. Wait, is this guy shifted? This guy has to be shifted. So everybody got shifted a little bit. Because it's still aligned. What? But wouldn't that be a problem later? I guess I'm worrying too much. Because like, yeah, Live 2D is very hard to, I feel like it's very hard to keep everything in check in your head. You kind of just have to try it, and then when it sucks, you fix it. And these guys don't really transform as much. I feel like that's a bit weird. Considering that this is basically closed and they're all gone. But anyways, let's move on. Oh, this is flipped. Yeah, you know what? I can start from here. Doesn't really matter too much. So it's showing a little bit here. Makes sense, makes sense. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, 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 okay. I can do that. I can accept that. Looks pretty good. This guy just goes up. This guy just goes up. Goes up some more. Thank you. It doesn't really... whatever. That's fine. Top line, top line, top line. Sorry, what is this? Oh, top line highlight is invisible. So I'm gonna start from This guy that we can just bring it from the original. I think it's easier because it doesn't have the distortions on it. And all we have to do is to make it just ever so slightly higher for the front guys here. Maybe it's easier by hand here. Oh man, why does it always look so stiff? Oh shit, it went forwards. Okay. Put a vertical guide here so I can keep it in check. There we go. Okay. Doesn't quite follow the curvature. Maybe it's too squished. The tablet is acting up again. Okay, this guy just get it back in check. Shit, my tablet is not flickering. Ah, stop that. Oh my god, it's dying. I'm not sure if I can work like this. Hang on. I have to do a quick restart of the tablet. There we go. So this is kind of fitting. Okay, that's fine too. Yes, the highlight, where is it? Just gonna move it up. Okay, that's fine too. I'll leave the white stuff later. Oh wait, no, that's the only thing left. Okay. So this will have to be... And I cannot select my red dot here. Ah, shit. It always behave weird like this. It's just very annoying. How should I do this? Let's start from the beginning again, I guess. Copy, paste, squish it until it becomes like a straight-ish line here. Then I'm gonna redo this. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's following it decently well, except for... Oh, for the back. Okay, the back doesn't really work. So the back needs to be lower. Make the grid. Hello, Mizukine. Oh god, what's happening? Okay, so this kind of works. This works. This is fine. This is fine. It's fine. Oh, my side frame is doing weird stuff. Doesn't work with the frame itself. But these guys are nice though. Kind of. So this side here is not good. The front part might be able to be a little bit better. I think these guys here. No, the dots are definitely too much. But it's kind of okay right now. It's still manageable. Like I can fix this one thing before, and I think this one here is the frame. The side here. This guy is not very good. So where's my pen? So I guess I can bring this down. And then I just need to squish this part in. I think. No, wait, it's even slower. Wait, what am I doing? I don't want it to be slower, right? I want it to be faster. To match what I'm seeing here. Yeah, like that kind of works better. Oof. Okay. You're getting there. Yeah, look at this. Without that many dots, it's like it doesn't screw up that easily. Definitely too many dots. My tablet is still flickering. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. So it's kind of like half-half all the way till the end, I feel like. Maybe that makes sense. So now we have the opening close for the smiling state, which doesn't really look that smiley, I feel like. It doesn't really have that curve here, I feel like. It's missing that curve. Yeah, it's not very good compared to the original. Yeah, the original bent in quite a bit in order to make that final closing. We didn't bend as much, but it's still quite a bit though, I feel like. How much can I push this frame here? I want to push this frame a little bit more. Hello, Uni. Two and a half hours in, we only got like the eye closing open done. And not even anywhere near the physics stuff. Or actually, maybe we're not that far off, I guess. Because we just need to deal with... I just need to deal with the excited state. The shocked eye expression, like this one here. Is there any difference between the normal shock and the... There shouldn't be, I think. So I just need to make it look like this. I oh my god. Okay, where's my frame? Let's start off with the frame, everything else. So now we're doing the 1.2 part. The part that goes beyond. Wait, actually I need the base state. I need the base state right here for 1.0. So I know what it looks like here. So screenshot. Okay, now it's on. So I turn these guys off here. That wouldn't register the eye open animation. You have to make it a separate one. Yes. So no, I mean, so eye open is the, so let's say eye open by default is a 1.0 value. The shock one is a 1.2 in the sense that the eye tracking software will automatically detect that you're opening your eyes bigger than normal, which is feeding the 1.2 value in. But because it's not the default eye open, you will have to make a separate, essentially, frame for it. Yeah. Oh, this is so fun, guys. Isn't it fun? When your character comes to life, quote unquote, your character comes to life. It's not my character at this point. So fun, dude. Oh my god, unbelievable, dude. Oh my god. So much fun, dude. I'm having so much fun, guys. So much fun that I forgot to drink water. I'm pretty lucky today because I keep forgetting to check if I'm on the correct keyframe. Yeah, this like unlimited respect works for riggers, because man, not being able to draw the changes you want, you have to work with these stupid dots. Fuck's sake, seriously. Use money to hire a rigger. Honestly, we should. But I want to do this for my own character, I feel like. Just for this character, I think the suffering is worth it. Oh my god. Why is it so square? Also, I forgot to turn off the... Wait, what? Oh no, it's here. I thought I was seeing a ghost. What? Seeing a ghost. Stop opening it. Oh my god, my stupid mouse. I'm learning quite a bit though, because by doing this, as is like your normal study, it's forcing me to see the difference. And I'm being very apparent, it's being very apparent that it's, there's a lot of jiggle and a lot of things. It doesn't make it any less my character, but I feel like... I feel kind of irresponsible if I just leave it to someone else to do it. I feel like I'm just like, oh, yep, you know, not my problem anymore. I don't have to think about it anymore. Honestly, it's not a bad thing to give someone else to do it, even if the style is different, even if like whatnot, because they can do it much better. They can make it way better, and then we can take that time that is saved to put it into some other aspect of getting the character be brought to life. So it really isn't a bad deal. Yeah, those have open states. I think those have open states where you have to do the animations for them later. Oh my god. Oh my god, someone cut her hair off. I cannot see anything. Someone removed the hair. Okay, now I need to get the other guys to align. So what happened to the side of the frame here? Man, the changes are so fast, and Twitter's media viewer is a pile of shit. It's very hard to scrub it. I mean, that's not what it's made for, granted. But I still get to complain. This sucks. Oh my god. Okay, I guess I just stretch it. It looks like I just stretched this thing. Just kind of just stretch it, I guess. Oh man. The sphere of influence. Okay, not important. I'm just gonna push this up. Oh, should this guy move up actually? No, they didn't. They just make it longer. Actually, they made it longer in both ways. Actually, I guess it makes sense because the bottom part of the eye also opens up. So it wouldn't just be the top that goes up. So these guys should be a little bit more stretched. And then following that, the bottom lashes should be shifted down. Down, 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 down. Okay. And you, just go straight down, please. I wonder if I should make this slightly wider and whatnot, just because it is technically stretching, right? Like this. Okay, okay, okay. Kinda works. Kinda works. And then we fill in the rest of these guys. Let's get the line first. Oh, my line is hidden. Okay, I was like, where is my line? These guys should just be a direct translation up, I think. Because we didn't... Oh no, we did do transformations, didn't we? Oof. Hmm? Come on. Kind of went too much. Okay. Just a little bit. The highlight just goes up. And the lashes kind of just... Oh, the lashes. Wait, hang on. Keep position? Or do they expand out? They should expand out slightly, I feel like. So we would push this up. Maybe a little bit sideways. Only this guy will keep position. Oh my god. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Cool, I guess. Alright, what's next? A bunch of gradients in the bottom. So this guy. Okay, that ought to do it. And then the white part of the eyes. Oh my god. It's just lateral movement, right? So I'm just gonna pull it. Sorry, did I say lateral? Vertical. Okay. I'll just have to brush this out. This has way too many points. Okay. Alright, that part is still broken. We're doing pretty good so far, I feel like. It's not complete dog water right now. Kinda works. Okay, what are we missing here? Nothing. Okay, cool. So that should be the entire... Oh wait, hang on. I forgot that this needs to be fixed. So select everything. Control Shift C here. And then when it's smiling, we do the same thing. Control Shift V. Bring up the menu, make sure everything matches up. Press OK. Is it done? What? Wait, did I copy it the wrong way? What? I'm so confused. Did I do it for smile? Did I not do it for smile? I think I accidentally did it the wrong way. Because I have too many brain cells. Okay, so this is so for this, so normal eye state, the same. Excited eye state, I guess is the same, the shock expression. Only the closed is kind of jiggly. It's like a worm. It's like a mouth. Anyways, so we have these guys here. Oh, okay. So now we get on to the eyes. The eyes actually doesn't have too much movement. It's just a left and right. And then the excited state where it gets smaller. But based on what we have seen so far, it looks like even when they close, it kind of gets squished a little bit bigger. I'm hoping that's not physics, because if it is, I don't know how to make it work. Because that would mean that there is... Nah, it shouldn't be physics, right? Although it could be the angular ones. Okay, I'm just gonna observe. So, open eyes. When it closes, there is a moment where it overshoots, though, where it becomes really big and it sort of comes back. Think? Yeah, like right there. Close, it gets squished and then contracts a bit. Squish, contracts a bit. Ooh, that means that it's part of the physics then. It means that when you close the eyes, so on the eye open parameter is an input, and then the output is on some kind of transformer on the eye. Oh. Okay, how do I want to do this though? I don't know what the setup would be like. What about the opposite way? Yeah, even when she... Oh no, but like you can set it up differently. So we can have the... So okay, I'm thinking in terms of the tutorial that I did. So the tutorial that I did, you would have this eye shock transformer here. So it's currently locked, for example, but this guy here is responsible for... essentially, we're going to do the same keyforms here on this parameter here. So this would be 1. and there'll be 1 and 0, right? So essentially we don't touch anything at all, other than for 1.2 here, for the shocked expression, we would make it smaller. Oops. How do you do this? It would make it smaller. Maybe not drag it open. I don't know. So other than this expression here where it makes it smaller, this thing doesn't actually do anything. So that's the tutorial I did. But because there is the jiggliness that's going on, there needs to be another parameter that is changing the size of this, which I think we can just add a new parameter here for eye jiggle or something. So this would be like a left eye base jiggle number 1, and then oh shit, jiggle physics is plus and minus, right? So -1, -2, sorry, -1 to 1. If we put it as a blend shape, and we do both here. Sorry, do I need 2 actually? Do I need 3? Dang, I kind of forgot. So let me do it here. So if it's on this state, let's say I do it like this. On that state, I do it like this. So this would perform a little bit of jiggle this way. Oh, I see. But I shouldn't do it on the parameter here. Sorry, on the warp deformer, because it's changing everything. So that means I should only do it on the base. So I'm gonna erase this. I think I did reset to original, right? I kind of forgot to reset it myself. Oops. So for this guy here, I want it to be this. And then for the plus, let's say we do... Sorry, how do you adjust this? What? Wait, should I do a warp deformer or should I not? So the warp deformer would be a children of the base, which is the shock. So it would be forced to be... Right, it would force to be small, and then after that you do the jiggle. So I don't know what would be better here. What is the difference? Also, why can I not do any adjustments here? What is this thing? Can you not do warp deformers like this? It's not letting me move it? I am confused. So I cannot do anything to this guy right now. I keep misclicking, but okay. Not you. Say this guy. I can't change it. Why not? Is that just how blend shapes work? So if that's the case, that means I need a warp deformer on this. I mean, it's fine by me, it's just I didn't realize this is how it works. So what, we have jiggle. That's the, oh, so this is the parallax, but that's fine. Following objects are locked. Oh, I know why. I locked it over here. Oh, okay. So do I need this deformer here? I think it's easier if I have one, right? If I put it on this directly, I think I don't have the interface to work with. All I can do is this. So based on the movement that I'm seeing, I think it's easier to have the deformer because it appears to be rather uniform and symmetrical. So I think it makes more sense to be here. So if let's say this is jiggle 1. So let's say I do this. Let me reset it back to here. And then over here I do this. And then I have another one. So let's just duplicate this. Edit. Need 2. Oh, sorry, I forgot to name this. Right, so on this guy here, I'm gonna reset. So reset the default. I'm gonna put another one on this. So the one is the lateral one, and this should be the vertical. Let's try the vertical. So let's make it stretch. Wait, isn't it the same? Wait, hang on. That's the same thing, isn't it? Ooh, okay, you know what? The way it's jiggling isn't just stretching and deforming, it's actually sort of bouncing from up to bottom to top, I feel like. There's this sort of wave movement that is going from one side to the other, I think. That means one of the guys transformed the top and the other guy transformed the bottom. Like right here, this frame is a little bit fatter on the top. And then as you transit over to the next frame, it's a bit fatter at the bottom here. So there's this wave movement that's going on. I think. Wait, hang on. Is it actually written? Oh, wait, hang on. So I'm looking at the text here now. So we know for a fact. So this is the... Oh, but I think based on the naming, it should be correct, right? Wait, how do they name pupils again? I forgot. Oh wait, I forgot. This guy, when he did it, he didn't separate the pupil out from the iris. So I actually don't know if this is the pupil or not. I think it is based on the name, but... So who is the one that's handling the... Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna try it. Oh, but it's kind of hard to execute. Wait, hang on. So the previous one that we did... Okay, both of these needs to be deleted. And then I'm gonna remake it. Just reset. What? Okay, so... I want one guy to only affect the bottom and another guy to only affect the top. I'm gonna up the base 0 to 3. This way, if I do 1 here, I think I want just the bottom to scratch. Maybe I should have one more segment here. Yeah, but too many, it makes it a little bit difficult. I just want the middle point here to be controlled by another set of values here. So I can just control the bottom here like this. So let's say that I stretch it out like this. If it's at 1. And then just to make things a little bit smoother, I'm gonna move these guys out. Ah, shit, my mouse is working against me. Stop it. Not you, this guy. So I'm gonna ease that a little bit. I think it might be too much. Okay. So if this is the thing, it will wobble this way. And then when it's the other way, we'll wobble in for the bottom. And then again, I need to smooth this over. And the other thing right now is that when we're doing this, we're just setting the absolute limits. So it doesn't matter if it looks weird, because we can control in the physics later how much we want to actually allow it to move. So over here, I feel like we should probably move this a bit more too. Just make it super ridiculous so that it's actually possible to see. Or rather, like we have more room to work with later. I think I'm gonna try this. Reset to default. And I'm gonna replicate this on the other side, but for only the top. So this is our experimentation. I don't know if this makes sense. Ah shit, I did it at the base one. God damn it. Okay, let me copy and paste this. Copy. And then I'm going to come here, paste it. Ah shit, I did it wrong. I need to make sure nothing is selected here, other than the... So the entire thing is selected, shift copy, shift paste. Right, and then I'm going to come here, shift copy, shift paste to reset this. So this is over here. And then on the other side, I'm gonna push it in again. Okay, so now that we have all of these guys, I'm gonna try to set up the physics here. So the jiggle here, with the jiggle 1, jiggle 2. Let me save the project. Alright, let me get rid of the red background. It's kind of an eyesore. Physics, okay. So preview... Automatic eyes blinking, but I don't know what the eye blinking parameter is set to. I forgot how to set it. Ah, shit. Set random pose recording settings? What? Where's the eye tracking thing? Okay. Why is it blinking so slowly? What is this thing? Yeah, I have no idea what these things are. But... Let me reset this back. Okay, so let's say I try a... Let's do left eye. Eye base. Jiggle. Giggle. And then my input would be eye open. I'll do 100% because it's the only one. I'll do 2 pendulums. And I don't know what the values are yet, but I'm just going to add my jiggles. Right, so now it's jiggling. When you blink, it kind of jiggles. I just don't know why it's blinking so slowly. Also, why is it like a pattern? Okay, it's playing around with a bunch of parameters that I don't have. Okay, now you can see the jiggle here. I think it's taking too long to converge. No, it's the shaking influence that's too... Maybe like 0.8 or something. And then I think one of them should be a bit shorter. Yeah, so now it's blinking and it's jiggling. Let me go back to 9. Yeah, 0.9 might be better. And then the other thing is the output here. So, okay, so this is the absolute maximum, I think. Wait, hang on, is it? You can make the value even bigger too, if I remember correctly. Now, if you make this 10 or something stupid like that, it would jiggle even more than what you set it up to be, but it's going to be a little bit broken because it's not meant to be like that. So I think the other thing is that I noticed that when it's closing, when the eyes are closing, it's always bigger than the default. And I think that is another set of physics. So currently the physics here is set to position. So what that means is that only when there's actual changes, for a brief moment it would toggle this pendulum and cause the values to change, and therefore those value changes are propagated to the 2 jiggle parameters that we set up. And that is what we are seeing in terms of the movement here. But if you change it to angle, then depending on the size of the eyes itself, it would hold some of the values that's being propagated out. But this is not very good, actually. Let me stop this. And if you close the eyes, does it work? It does work. So if I close the eyes, this part is always contracted in. Whereas if I open, it's always not contracted in, I think. Is it working? You can see it a little bit there. they might have set something up like this with a yet another separate parameter that changes the entire size of the eye. So we can try setting that up. In the meantime, I'll keep this on this. And close faster. The closing speed here, like the closing speed itself, I guess is just controlled by your own face eventually. I don't know. Oh, this is 1, I see. Because it's staying at the... Oh, right, because it depends on what parameter values you set. I forgot what the... where that option is. There's like 10 bajillion things in here. But anyways, let me try another thing here. So let's say we have another parameter. I'm gonna call this left eye base size jiggle or something. I'm just gonna call everything that's physics related jiggle, even though it's not actually gonna jiggle, I think. Oh, maybe it could be a jiggle actually. We can have 2 inputs here. But anyways, let me reset. And I'm going to... Should I use the same thing or should I not? Okay, let me think. How would it affect the thing though? Because right now, at the very least, the 2 parameters, even though they're on the same warp deformer, they're only affecting separate sides of the mesh. So they don't actually conflict. So I think just to be safe, I'm going to make another one. And the hierarchy here would matter. So I think like a bigger movement in terms of the overall size and position should be a parent deformer. So I'm going to make a parent deformer. So by selecting this and selecting as a parent, it's going to be as the parent of that. So left eye base, size jiggle or something stupid like that. Oh my god, such a stupid name. And because this is just going to be an overall size thing, I don't really need that many like divisions here. And this guy, I'm going to make the points here, and then for this, I'm just going to make it bigger. For this, I'm going to make it smaller. And then if I just reset, go back to modeling, we can have another group here. So this will be left eye base, size jiggle, 1 pendulum, and then I'm going to add my eye open here, and this time it's going to be angle. So depending on the angle, the position here, we can change it such that it would make the eyes always be slightly bigger or slightly smaller. And so if I were to make the eyes close, it's actually doing it the opposite way. How do I flip this? There's a reverse button somewhere. Reflect. So when I close, it's bigger, I think. But I need to increase this output so that it actually allows it to go to its maximum size. How about that? I think it looks a little bit more like what we're seeing in the video. And I think we can be even more bold. So for example, this size, when it gets bigger, we can make it even bigger here. Because it will only get this big when it's actually pretty damn near to closing. So even if we make it this big right now, it's not actually going to be visible most of the time. So now if I play it... Oh, not pattern A, please. It's a bit ridiculous. I think the big size is very big. It's also very wobbly. Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like if you can set it up, so right now you can see like this input here, that left eye open value here is 100% effective. And what that means is that, you know, any amount of changes here is going to be, the full amount of value change is going to be used to do the computation, to put into the equation to compute the final value that is going to be fed into this parameter. However, this is 100% effective for 100% of the time. So if there is a way to set up a graph where, you know, only in certain states, so maybe only like half open to normal open, where it's 100% effective, and on the other part it's a little bit less effective, or maybe vice versa, it'll be very flexible. Actually, you could set it up on the blend shape itself. I wonder if that would help. Because you can put a limiter graph on this. How do you limit this? So limit setting for blend weights. So this will open up this nonsense here. So we can say that this change. So you can see how this changed here, right? We can make it so that depending on the value of I open here, that change could be less or more effective. So let's say that when it's fully open like this. So let me just choose this blend shape here. Select from Jeff from this blend shape. Oh, it's this guy. And then am I doing this right? Hello? Wait. This is not a blend shape. Hang on. God damn it. I messed this up. This is not a blend shape. God damn it. Okay, let me duplicate this. I'm gonna replicate. No replicate. Delete. Get out of here. Delete. Replicate this, because then it's a blend shape. And I want to replicate the changes over there. So I'll make it like that. I will come here, I'll take this, I'll Control Shift C. Over here, Control Shift V. Is it working? It's not working. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna remake it because it's not that big of a deal. But I think it's important to just make sure I keep the naming here, so my physics setup doesn't have to be changed. Not that it's a lot of work anyways, but... Oh man, so big brain. Very big brain. Biggest brain. Yes, okay, so blend shape. Sorry, what? I'm gonna make this big. I'm gonna make this small. Okay, so if I come here, it should not have changed. I think it should still be fine. By fine, I mean like super ridiculously. What? Why is it just changing that value there? Who is changing this? Why is it changing that value directly? Oh, it got deleted. Never mind. If it's set as physics, it shouldn't get changed directly. So if I stop here, if I make the eyes close, right, I need to reflect this. Right, I need to up the output as well. So as I close my eyes gets bigger. As I open my eyes, it gets smaller as well. So this way we get the jiggle, but also a size change that is that corresponds to the opening of the eyes by using this stupid pendulum thing. And if I were to use the limit graph, what would I want to use it for though, actually? What is the problem now? I don't think that's necessarily a problem, is there? It's just not as subtle and refined as the original, but I think we have this the idea of it down. Yeah, when the eyes are closed... Oh, sorry, the physics doesn't get calculated here. So when the eyes are closing, the blend shape makes the eyes bigger, as well as the pendulum making it jiggle a little bit. It's a little bit too jiggly. Let me fix that. Maybe shaking influence would be like 0.8, but then we can make it converge a little bit slower. So the shaking influence is about how much it shakes, and then the convergence is just how long it takes to finish that shaking. I don't really know exactly what's happening. Honestly, I remember doing the math in engineering, because this is like a second order system, right? But I forgot how it works. So GG. It did all values 1.25. Might be a little bit too wobbly. I think that's just the magnitude problem. So we can just decrease the magnitude here. How do I do it? So it would just be like 0.8, maybe 0.75. I think it's the fact that we have the size thing as well. It's coupled together, so it's the initial change looks absolutely insane just because of the size change as well. Why the scale is 2.4? Why is it 2.4? Oh no, wait, because I made the output at the maximum value that it could take on. Yeah, but it's still too jiggly, never mind. Let's do it 2.2. Let's just bring it back here. Sorry, decrease output. Yeah, fit it. And then the other side is still too much. So why is it so jiggly? Why is it still so jiggly? Is it you? Maybe it's the top value actually. I think the top one is the bottom part of the eye. Hello, does it even do anything? Why does it feel like it's not changing anything? Yeah, I feel like it's too jiggly. Like, you see how it's like just whoop, 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 whoop? I don't feel like this quite like that in the original. The jiggle dies down pretty quick. You see, it's like for an instant. It's like two cycles. Oh, it's the duration. Wait, no, what's the difference between this and this? God damn it. This might actually make more sense if someone showed me the equations and the graph that it plots. I remember it has the dampening thing. Okay, I don't get it anymore. My god. Okay, I mean, it's pretty good progress for today. We at least got to touch the physics, and it still makes a little bit of sense, right? It's still like we have an idea, we try it, we execute it, and it's working out. So it does a lot of things. We have a reference now. We have an idea of how to think about the system as well. Okay, also let me see, second order system. Is it called a second order system? So second order system set response for different dampening factors. If I can just map the values to this one, I think it will make a bit more sense. Which one is the period? Okay. So this is the math for the system as it dampens down. So I think right now this part here that's tapering off is too long. What does that mean? Does that mean the period needs to be brought? No, the period just means more swings, right? So the period doesn't matter. It's the decay ratio here, whatever the hell that is. We need to dampen it more. What is the dampening factor here? Is it this guy? What if it's 0? What happens if it's 0? Yeah, look at the dampening on the second position. So maybe is the guy on top too high still? 0.2? It's still kind of jiggly though. Okay, let me turn this other guy off. Yeah, it's barely doing anything, you know. So it's your fault. This guy's fault. God damn it. Oh yeah, it's way better. Holy shit. Yeah, I was wondering because the tutorial didn't ever bring the value down to that low. So it's insane, like it's just not stopping. Okay, so now I can bring these guys back. Let's just bring these guys back to 0.7. I think these guys can be a bit more jiggly. The size one should be a little bit more controlled, possibly. Yeah, like this makes a little bit more sense. Actually, I still see the jiggle for the size. The dampening, right? And then the duration? No, but the duration, if it's bigger, it just means that it's gonna wobble in that way. The conversions? What is conversions in the graph? Okay, anyways, go look at the math some other time. I think this is a good start. We need to just... Oh, do you see that? In the very beginning, if you do it quick enough. So the initial amplitude is decently high. I think it's because of the output there. Okay, anyways, this is probably something that will take a while to figure out. Try different things. It doesn't look that good now. I feel like now it's not jiggling enough, almost. Almost. One is number 2, right? Trigger 1.95. Yeah, it's glitching out. It's kind of bugging out. If you do it really fast, it kind of bugs. Okay, I'll mess around with this some other time. So what does that mean? Okay, where are we? We have a lot of the stuff done. So for some of the inner stuff, so the highlight needs to do that movement. So this movement here as the eye is closing. That is number 1. So the top highlight needs to come down. The bottom highlight kind of just stays. Oh, the heart in the eye actually moves up. So that means the heart in the eye needs to be on its own sort of... Oh, it doesn't have to, does it? Oh no, it depends on the XY movement. Whether if there's XY movement on the heart. Yeah, I guess we're on our own for that. We get to decide, essentially. We can do something real quick right now, which is just the movement of the X and Y. So if the left... So this is the movement of the eye itself. And that would just be both this X and Y here. So we would just do this. And then for X, we would just move a little bit here. Oh, sorry, I moved it on the wrong keyframe. So I'll move it a little bit here. And then the thing I learned is that you want to move an equal amount to the other side as well. So even though technically you could move a lot more this way, right? You can move it all the way here. Or this keyframe here. But when you have two eyes, right now it looks fine. Because it's just a linear movement. But when you have two eyes, what will happen is that the other eye, let's say we're looking towards our left. The other eye will hit this inside. Whereas the right eye will continue to go like towards the edge, which is very weird if the movement doesn't sync up. So I'm just gonna mirror the motion here, so it's exactly the same amount for left and right. And then make sure this is set at the center, and then we go up and down. And I'm told by professionals that you don't want to move the up too much because it will look weird. It doesn't really trigger too much right now because it doesn't have the face. But you apparently just move a little bit up, and then the bottom you can be a little bit more... maybe not too much though. It should still match up a little bit. And then we can link these guys, and then we can do the corner generation here. So we'll generate the 4 corners, because if you do not, right now the corners are very jank. Sorry, let me turn that off. So if you look at this, right? As we mentioned before, this is 3 keyframes on top, 3 keyframes from the bottom. So technically there's 9 total keyframes, but we've only set 4, which is the 2 extremes for this, when this is at the center, and 2 extremes for this is in the center. For this is at the center. So we're missing like 5 keyframes or something, I don't know. Oh no, we're just missing 4, right? The 4 corners. So if you set both of them, you see how it actually goes back to the initial position? Because that is where it was when we initially create those keyframes. So what you could do is you select the correct thing here, and then you can generate the 4 corners. And it's called corners because you can link these 2 together and you can move them together like this. Sorry, why is it flipped? Sorry, did I move the... Is my Y value flipped? Yeah, my Y value is flipped. Hang on. Okay, let me regenerate the 4 corners. Get rid of that. So now we can move it like this. But if you look at the movement of the eye, it's very squarish, right? Every time it hits a corner, the movement also hits a corner. So the thing that I learned from the video from the tutorial is that you make use of trigonometry. Because you want it to move in a rounded way, what you do is that instead of having the corners go all the way to the actual corner, what you would do is you compute, like imagine if there's a circle here, right? What value would the corner of that circle be, right? The part of the circle that is as close to this corner as possible. And if you use math, you get root 2. So what you could do is you would set 0.707 here. You put 0.707 here. So with these two values, you're at the maximum value if it were to move in a circle. So now you save the state by copying and pasting. So you will copy the current state. You will actually go to the one, you will paste it. So now instead of being at the corner, it's now at the very tippy top here. So we repeat the process for all of the corners. Control, paste. Same thing here, so minus 0.707, minus 0.707, copy, paste, 0.707, minus 707. Oh wait, copy, paste. So now when you do this movement, it's a little bit more rounded, but you still see sort of like a very straight movement here. It's because of the interpolation that's being set, and it's currently set to linear by default. So what you would do is you just come over, where the hell is it? Parameter, extended interpolation. Sorry, why is it complaining? Oh, sorry, the menu is open, it's just on my other screen. So right now it's linear. So what that means is that from one position to the next position, is always traveling in a straight line. So you can see how this is in one corner, is traveling a straight line to the absolute left side, and then a straight line down to the bottom corner. If you turn this to ellipse, the movement is now rounded. You can feel the roundedness in the movement as compared to linear. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really feel it too much. But now it's a little bit smoother. Supposedly, anyways. I think it'd be probably more obvious if the scale was larger, but this is it for this. So that's the IXY movement. And then together with the IXY movement, what you would do is unlock this. Okay, so this is a transformer on the entire eye. So if I move this, it moves the entire eye. That also means that anything I do to the thing, it moves the entire eye as well. You would do again the same thing for the X and Y. And this time what you would do is that anytime the eyeball moves a little bit to one direction, you would sort of move the entire eye a little bit in that direction. So that there's that minute amount of movement. And then if you just mirror this onto the other side here, quick. Then when the eye moves to the other side, oh shit. Yeah. So now there's a little bit of movement on both sides. And then you do that for the top and bottom too. So top, you would do it a little bit top. I think my brush might be too big, so we probably have to redo this. And then I can move this, move it down, mirror it down. Sorry, I think I'm stupid. What did I do? Flip vertically, thank you. And then you would do this. So now once again, you would generate the four corners. And then if you want to make it smoother, you can do the same nonsense again as before, but it's probably fine. And I think like this is really hard to appreciate because I don't really fully appreciate this right now either. I don't know if the physics model would actually make it a little bit more obvious. Nah, not really, honestly. You need to have like a human driving this movement. And I think it will look a bit more natural. I actually don't really know if I see it in the original reference here. Oh no, never mind. The original reference didn't actually move the X and Y. Hokkaido pictures in Discord. My Discord is not open. Okay, 1 second. Anyways, we're probably nearing the end for today. Okay, yeah, my deformers are very bad. Shit. I have to fix that. Which one? Who's popping out of what? Oh, this guy is popping out of everything. Okay, that means this guy is too small, right? Sorry. I shop? Yeah, this guy's too small. This guy's too small. This guy got too big. Okay. Right. That's your children deformers should not ever exceed the parent deformer. And the reason why is because the parent deformer's deformations are propagated onto the child. So if it's outside, the math that it needs to do, I believe it gets a little bit heavier. So everything gets slower. So you want to keep it within. What would it be? Like our inspiration? I'm trying to find the general, perhaps? General any? Ah, okay, here it is. Oh damn, you went to some really... Is this what Hokkaido looks like? Never actually seen like a flower field of flowers. Flower field? Oh yeah, no, I don't mind where you put it. I was just trying to look for it. After one I came back, I feel like the chat got a little bit more active again. Although I haven't checked in a while, to be fair. So I saw a few more new messages in the Discord. Summer for flower fields. Oh. Okay, the pollen. I hope it's not that bad. Holy shit, the background really looks like it looks like Sweden or something. With like mountains and fields and like those, what do you call those? Houses? Houses. Very good photos too. Oh my god, I just realized because the colors. The colors are very nice. I like the which one do I like more? I like the red flowers with the perspective. Wow, is it like the 1 point perspective down the path? Red flowers in the first message that you sent. The second one looks like oh my god, this looks like, this doesn't look like Japan. Okay, the buildings look like Japan. The one that is in the city, the one outside doesn't look like Japan to me. Like the first one with the water and the river and the bridge and that one red brick building. Is it brick? It's got a little bit of like that European vibe. Is this a big town? Is this like a famous spot that people go? Otaru, Hokkaido. Europe, Japan. Yeah, isn't that like the shit, what was that one place? Like there's a little Netherlands in Japan, isn't there? There was like this entire European village that they made that is supposed to be modeled after the Dutch, I think. Oh, Canal is famous. Ah, okay, I can see why. Yeah, the colors of their photos are so good. I'm guessing like you're very what was the word? You're very much in control of the colors that you're taking. Like you're adjusting and you're accounting for a lot of things. Like you have an image in mind and then you're taking photos. Yeah, the colors are very it's very vibrant, but it's not like overly so. I feel like there is always something that is more saturated, and then there's enough of desaturation that is not like yeah, look at the, yeah, like the one with the red building with the river. Like the building stands out a lot. Oh. Interesting. And of course, like they have a mascot, of course. Some kind of a flower that looks like an eggplant. Looks like a Pokemon. Melon ice cream? Ah yes, it's not Japan with like an anime girl. Heso Matsuri. Oh, lavender. Lavender? very chunky lavender. Lavender. The colors of the one in the station. Yeah, the station would be so good for like a color study. It's got the blue in the shadows, and then it's got the orange in the light. Oh yeah, Snow Miku. Oh, I think. Oh no, wait, that's right. Yeah, the year I went into Japan, the year I went to Japan, the next. So I left what 2024, right? Yeah, I didn't make it for the. I didn't stay long enough for the Snow Festival in Sapporo. Because they had the one Arknights, they had a small Amiya ice sculpture. Yeah, good stuff. Looking at photos and videos of other people's travel is always nicer than going myself. Because I don't have to deal with all the trouble of like traveling and being outside and planning for routes and like wait, Hokkaido owns Miku? Miku is the birthplace of Hokkaido. Hokkaido is the birthplace of Miku? What a flex. Oh, but she's everywhere. Oh, I see what you mean. Probably because of the Snow Miku stuff. How big is the Miku statue, by the way? Is that like full size? The one with like a random dude pointing to her. What is that? And a crab. And a crab. This statue looks kind of big. Oh man, it's full size. 4 feet tall. Yeah, I used to watch this smaller time VTuber. They're not that small anymore. They used to be pretty small, I think. They're also one of the original earlier VTubers. I'm trying to remember the name. Anyways, nothing too relevant to Hokkaido. It's not like they're from Hokkaido, but they are the girl that's in the YouTube channel. I think I'm starting to lose my ability to speak. But the girl, she likes to go to Hokkaido, and because she's in Japan, right? They're all in Japan. She just kind of flies over there once in a while, just like out of the blue, and then just Pompoko. They have like 500,000 now. Anyways, the only stuff I know about Hokkaido was it used to be their videos, because she would just go and like for like a day just to eat, and then she'll fly back. Anyways, you might know them if you play VR chat, because they spend essentially all of their YouTube earnings to make a VR chat theme park for themselves. Sorry, why is it not showing up? I didn't realize there's even more. They have like an entire theme park made for themselves. Everything is custom assets, the music, every layout and everything. And it's just open for free, anyone can go. If you just search Pocopi Land. But anyways, I'm just gonna leave this in the chat for the YouTube channel because I'm mentioning them. Not that it's really relevant to what you're saying. Sorry about that. I kind of just hijacked it and started selling another VTuber channel, but they also got mascots, so they go around on tours. Because the Peanut guy is a music producer. Anyways, there's a lot of memes with Nijisanji as well, with the Peanut guy. But anyways, very sidetracked. Yeah. Japan, huh? It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Maybe like 2 more years before I go to Japan again. Need to get better. How long were you in Hokkaido, by the way, Uni? Four days? Okay. Would you say like that's a good amount of time? It feels kind of short. Oh, I see. Right, because you are in Japan, so you just kind of take a train there. Indeed. Oh yeah, just real quick, because I add the eye movement, I'm gonna rig the eye movement as an input as well for the physics here. Keep it at 60. This guy at 20. What days was planning? Okay. Only for people with foreign passports. Oh yeah, I remember the year when I was there. It was the year that they decided to raise the price, I think. Took the ferry to Hokkaido. Ooh. I would like to experience that, but it's a bit scary for me because motion sickness is a big concern. To get there from Tohoku, I see. Wait, did you say you have motion sickness? We were having a discussion about it yesterday. I think Ellie had like worsening motion sickness as they got older. There's Japanese medicine for it. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. I took like a 4-hour ferry from Nagasaki all the way to the Gunkanjima, the one where they used to dig coal, and it's a little bit politically sensitive. But yeah, the 4 hours. I mean, it was a 4-hour trip. My bad. It was a 4-hour trip. It wasn't a 4-hour ride. It was like an hour there, hour plus there, an hour plus back. But it was that was the limit. I was feeling it. It was coming on, and then thank God we landed. We landed. We landed, I guess. I didn't take anything. Doraberumin. Doraberumi. Norimono yoi no. Wow, okay. Take it 30 minutes before you get on. Okay. I feel like it should be a superpower, you know, with like your inner ear being more sensitive, but it really is just a real life demerit. It's just a nerf. There's like this YouTuber that did a series of videos about like you know, like how people sometimes say life is like a game and then developer, like the god is like developer, releasing new updates and nonsense like that. He made a video of like real life buffs and debuffs, and the debuffs was motion sickness was one of them. Yeah, why isn't it a superpower? Must be something you can use it for. Maybe not, I guess. But yeah, thank you for sharing. Free travel. I get to travel for free. Oh wait, I have a I have a recommendation if you ever want to go somewhere else again. But you probably don't want to go by yourself. I don't know if you have heard of this before. This stupid place in Japan. Sorry, this amazing place in Japan. Hang on. I think I should search in Japanese because it's not showing me what I want to show you. There is this theme park by the name of Meruhen Muda. Let me remove this thing. This thing kind of annoying. Oh, never mind. It's already removed. I forgot where this is. Let me see where it is. But it's a theme park in basically in like an Inaka area, but it's known for being a little bit weird. Oh shit! It's all the way down here. But I guess is this closer to you? I think you move a little bit south, right? You don't have to answer that, but yeah, like this thing is kind of weird. Meruhen Muda, and then their mascot is kind of cursed. They even have a song, and the song was designed to just be like super addictive and super difficult to forget. I can remember it right now, like just like in an instant. Oh, you went up to the north. I see. I don't know. If you talk to your Japanese friends, they might know about this place. It's just kind of memey. It's just kind of like funny. And there is also a version of it in VR chat. And the VR chat one is even more insane because it's in game, right? So what they did is they took everything to the extreme where all the theme parks, let's just say the rides don't exactly stay on the ground. And they kind of move in ways that you don't expect. As an experience just to be playing that game. Playing this in game. This place is kind of dying though. Sorry, this is the one that actually showcases the VR chat world instead of the actual one. But I do believe like the Poco P guys actually win. Didn't they go? Could have sworn they won or they went. Anyways, I guess it's not very accessible for you. Wait, hang on. Made an Abyss author is streaming. Getting distracted. Did they go? I thought they went. Anyways, I guess it's not this video. Wait, hang on. This is more interesting now. What's he streaming? He's streaming him drawing, but he doesn't want to show what he's drawing. Okay. It's just like a frosted glass or something. What is this? This is next level stream, dude. Oh dang, you're just traveling. You're just traveling Kumamoto, Fukuoka, and Korea. One of them is not like the other. Not close enough, yeah. It's even if it's how should I say this? It's in the middle of the mountain or something. You have to go off your way to go to it. And I think it's more fun. I don't really know for sure. I think it might be more fun actually if you go with people who know about the place, or if you go with people who have played the VR chat world before as well. Because the VR chat world is kind of insane, and I think it'll be more fun that way because you go to the real life place, you can talk about stuff. But otherwise, it might just be, it'll probably be pretty underwhelming because it's a very old theme park. Yeah, this is Google translated. Oh my. I guess he's drawing the manga, right? It kind of looks like the right size for the paper. Anyways, interesting. This thing is kind of cursed though. Doesn't he have that avatar that's kind of scary looking in the past? Wait, I think I remember talking about this before. Or was it just the icon that was kind of... Oh no, it's this one. It's this one. Yeah, it's this one with the... with his face on it. Right. Anyways, yeah, I hope you have fun. Yeah, you go to Japan, Korea to come back to Japan as a tourist. Oh, I see. It is one of those. I am familiar. I am familiar with what you're saying. Are you traveling just by yourself, or are you going with friends? Like, I never, I don't know, like, traveling by myself, I've always felt like it's kind of plain. I don't know how to play outdoors. What do I do outdoors? Friends can, I see. That's unfortunate. I've only got to travel with my friends like once or twice, I think. That was like over 10 years ago. It was just like, instead of going with family, you just go with your friends, that kind of trip. It was interesting. It was also kind of sus. I think we went to like, I forgot, was it Thailand or was it Indonesia? Where like we were walking down the street and people were offering us mushrooms. Like every single person was trying to sell us mushrooms. That was that was my most vivid memory. Just walking down the street and everyone's trying to sell us mushrooms. And they don't really speak fluent English either. They're just like, mushrooms? Mushrooms? They're just pointing at you and like, mushrooms? And then we walk past this random store and then it was just like, yeah, psychedelic mushrooms. And then we walk past this random sort of like more like young people fashion store, and on the walls it's just really big. It says like it was a spoiler to Superman versus Batman. I forgot what the actual spoiler was because I didn't actually watch the movie, but it was just right there plastered, like huge font. And that was my memory basically. Okay, then it's probably Indonesia, I guess. It was one or the other, because I don't quite remember that clearly now, like what we did. It was actually, oh, almost exactly a decade ago, I think. I think it was 2015 that we went. Oh, I remember like in Thailand though, like the street food was really good, but like yeah, everyone needed a toilet. It was it's very exciting. Okay, not Thailand then, okay. Never heard of it being sold in Indonesia. I think we went to Bali or something. Like a very touristy kind of place. Yeah. I still remember the guy looking me in the eye. And it's like... mushrooms? Mushrooms? Is my stream gonna get demonetized? Just because I keep saying mushrooms? But mushrooms are better than all of the other names, I suppose. Yeah, really don't like drugs and stuff. I think, yeah, in general, I feel like is Southeast Asian countries more stricter on drugs? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there was like this one food truck in Thailand. It was right beside like the busiest road I've ever seen. And it was like beef stew or something. And of course, it's like a huge, I don't even know if you can call it a pot because it's huge, right? It's like a huge cooking pot thing. It was just like completely open and all the dust was flying everywhere, but it was really good. Yeah, good stuff. Traveling's fun, but I feel like it's really hard to suspend your, you know, to lower your gut to truly enjoy yourself nowadays. It's always like that, right? I feel like even being at home, you know, you feel a sense of security because someone else is worrying about the security for you. Like your parents are worrying about the security of the house, of whether if the doors and windows are locked and stuff like that at night. And that's why you can sort of let your gut down. But then as you grow older, you're just by yourself, and everywhere you go, I find it really hard to be like, hey, I'm just gonna enjoy myself and forget about everything. Oh yeah, nowadays traveling is becomes like a huge logistics mess of like, hey, I gotta plan everything. and then thinking about it, I'm just like, you know what? VR chat is pretty good. VR chat is pretty good. You don't feel that? I think yeah, I think even Japan I feel that, but the Japan's I will only feel that if I'm in like more, you know, like more like kabukicho kind of places. In other areas, like residential areas in the middle of the night, I feel like it's very nice. I feel like it's very peaceful. Yeah, Japan is different, I feel. Oh yeah. Anyways. Very cool. Good stuff. I guess today we just end here, and then tomorrow I finish the rigging. And then I'm also thinking about so I have this huge ass reference board with a bunch of faces here, right? And because I cannot decide on the stylization of the face of my character, I feel like maybe it is worth just taking the line art here. For example, like there was one that was interesting. Let's say like stuff like this one here. It's kind of very stylized in a very specific way. I feel like I kind of tend to draw like that. Maybe not. I don't know how you guys think about it, but I'm just thinking that I should take some of these line art and I'm just going to do the face XY. So just the face XY, because doing so allows me to see it in different angles, and then I can do a little bit more of an evaluation. Because what I'm realizing is that depending on the angle that I draw, I like to position the mouth a little bit, like for example this angle, even though it's only turning a little bit to the side, I like to push the mouth a lot to the side. But if you do this in Live 2D, your default face is always front facing, and the position of the nose, the eyes, and the mouth, they have to be on the same horizontal level as you're turning. And I'm starting to realize that it doesn't really work with the style, because I don't like the mouth being that low when it's front view, but I like it being a little bit more to the side on the side view. Anyways, so I'm thinking maybe I should try a few more faces before I fully commit to rendering one and then rigging one up. So that is in the works, I think. I'll think about that and maybe do that. And then... But yes, I think right now we're just full on switching over to Live 2D nonsense. I might just do a few more rigging exercise on stream. And then work on the final one behind the scenes. Yeah, like the distance between the mouth and the nose is so close, and yeah. But is this kind of proportion that is like more, I guess, traditionally cuter? Bigger eyes and like closer everything? Yes, good night, Duvet. Yeah, anyways, I think I'll just hop off here for today. Thank you guys for coming and joining me on this journey of Live 2D. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, and to wrap this thing up. What did I say? Up or out? Anyways. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. Yes, thank you for sharing your photos, Uni. Hopefully I'll have some in the future to share as well. Alright, good night.